Well, the people are not too happy. I haven't even seen the tier list. Mr. Prydwen CEO actually came into my chat I think a couple of hours ago. Alright, then bro gave me a heads up. Yo, just wanted to prepare for war. His exact words, right? Prepare for war. And then my chat has also been egging me on to, you know, just check out what the tier list is about. And this has been the first time my chat is like, they're like really upset. It's like they're not even calling Prydwen. They're like using this to call him Fraudwin. But this has been the craziest though. Because this is the first time like a lot of my chat they keep saying Fraudwin tier list. Have you seen the Fraudwin tier list? What do you think about the Fraudwin tier list? Like non-stop for the past 5 hours. Which is just a little bit crazy, right? And we are gonna be taking a look at what the hell exactly is going on over here for our latest honkaistarrail tier list update. This time featuring Phainon. Now, a bit of a context, we just finished up our, you know, $1 versus $2,000 Phainon. I made a substantial amount of content playing Phainon in the CSR as well. I just built the world's shit, I just built the world's best. So I would say that my hands on bro has been quite hands-on, right? I was very touchy with bro for the past 1 week. So with that being established, what is the tier list? Wait, chat, before I go, is it for all content, all 3 content, or is it just like Memory of Chaos? It's all 3. Oh, it's all 3. Okay. We'll start with Memory of Chaos first. And then I'll go through the tier list and then we'll take a look at the changelog. E0 S0 Phainon on the tier 0 MOC is a little bit crazy. Personally speaking. I don't think he should have any issues with, you know, Hule, right? I don't think he have any issues with Hule. But the damage drop off from using Aeon and the lack of the base speed, which does impact his rotations for his ultimate form, it is gonna spill over by quite a bit. It's gonna spill over by quite a bit. And I'm not sure if it's in the same caliber as Casterus or even Aglaia, honestly. Because like these two, their teams, they are like more or less complete. If you tell me that Phainon is in this position after 3.5 with Ceridria, okay, sure. I think that's very fair. I think for now, as of this current point of time, it sort of sends out like a potential, I don't want to say it's a fraud, but it might be a little bit of a misinformation as to people might think that he's tier 0 right now, to the point where he is competing alongside with Casterus, and he's gonna let go of this like information. Okay, if my Phainon is tier 0 in MOC, before even like any forms of vertical investment, right? Because let's just be real, his team comms, they are like, they're sort of like all over the place. As long as you got yourself the buffers, right? Okay, ideally you have a Sunday, right? Given the energy regeneration and everything. Ideally you have, you know, team you want Bronya, all that kind of stuff. As long as you have like all of these pieces together, more or less, he's gonna be dealing a good amount of damage. But I don't really think that this is comparable to like a best in slot Casterus into Hyacinth. Casterus into Hyacinth. I think Casterus into Hyacinth E0 S0. This performance is really badonkadonks. But we do have the brand new, whatchamacallit, There is this light cone that came out, right? There was this light cone that came out just today, I believe. Ah, yes. This light cone. I think with this substituting E0 S0 here. So E0 S0 here without the signature, and then she slot this in. I think it's gonna be a pretty decent upgrade compared to the previous, which you are most likely running the Herda shop, right? The Herda shop. I'm not too sure if the speed is gonna be able to help you break through enough thresholds, because technically this at S5, to be fair, it's gacha like one. This is S1, right? At S5 is 32% max HP into 24% outgoing healing. So it might as well be converted back into speed because it's a 1-to-1 conversion to the percentage, right? So I think eventually if you get this on the up and up, you can get a CIF. This cone is much better. Yeah, exactly right. Because you can't really farm outgoing healing substats. It's only a main stat. But you can farm speed. So you can improve your build for a higher scene by getting more speed subs. But your outgoing healing is just like this. This is your outgoing healing. So a outgoing healing cone like this plus the speed subs, it is gonna make her scale a lot better, right? So I feel like all things considered, okay, let's just talk about either S, right? I think both of these units, having the S1, it helps them a lot. Both of them can improve a lot from the S1. But like from team's composition right now, right? At E0 S0, I don't think he is matching with Casterus because he doesn't really have a unit that fits into that specific slot for now. E0 S1 to E0 S1, I think it's like definitely more competitive for Phainon, but still Casterus has Hyacinth. Like the Casterus plus Hyacinth, and eventually if you want to step on Tribi, like Hyacinth, Tribi into Casterus, this team is just so, the whole the tricycle team, the wheelchair team, it just feels a lot smoother, at least from where it stands from this current point of time. Whereas for Phainon, not really because he can't make use of Tribi, it's more so because he can't really make use of any of the V3 units as effectively, right? Most of his team comments right now, they're like either your V2s, V1s, or like your free units, like your team wins. So naturally at this point, I don't think Phainon's team is anywhere close to the amount of like damage ceiling that Casterus is going to be providing. Same thing for Aglea. I think Aglea's team is like completely like super strong as well. D Herda, I haven't really seen bro in a while, but I'm pretty sure D Herda is not too bad, right? Against True Swarm, True Sting, Ice Witness. I don't know. I know she fell off a little bit, but those are gonna be my thoughts. But I can see why they kind of put Phainon in tier 0 MOC. Because can you imagine releasing a unit and on launch, not a single category is tier 0? Oh, I think people are gonna go crazy, man. They will legit go crazy. How can you launch a brand new unit in 3.4 and not a single one is tier 0? What are the Honkai Starbucks haters gonna say? Bro, they have been dying on the camp of like, oh my god, HP inflation power creep. How dare HSR release a unit that's not having a tier 0, right? It will go against the agenda. So I think in order to maintain this a little bit, we'll give him some face and we slap it on tier 0 MOC. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bang. All due respect, Phainon's pure vision performance is, holy shit, it is really bad. I'm honestly quite surprised he even made it to tier 1 for pure vision. Because if you take a look at pure vision later on, right? Okay, I'll take a look later. I'm honestly surprised that he made it to tier 1 in pure vision. Especially at E0 Azure. I think E0 Azure Phainon pure vision is really hard to deal with, right? Doomsday Beast, eventually for Apocalyptic Shadows when the thing comes out, I think it's going to be quite nice when the rotation eventually. And also Flame Reaver, right? Because the next rotation for Apoc is going to be Flame Reaver plus Doomsday Beast. Both of which they are going to be able to make Phainon perform a lot better. So I think Apoc is kind of okay. I think the main issue is just MOC as well as Pure Vision might be a little bit generous, right? Okay, anyways, other than these, I don't think there's too big of a change. Huan alongside with Hyacinth is gonna be our current tier 0. I would say that Huan's usage definitely went up by quite a bit, especially for players that are still running Phainon with a sustain. She is pretty much gonna be the best slot because she has energy regeneration as well as the heals and the targeting. Very nice. And you know, when she becomes invincible, which is you take away all of your allies off you, your Huan's sustain issue, which is, you know, she might get one shot or whatever, is not gonna be as prominent. Also, aside from Phainon, I've also tried out Huan with, you know, Saber. Really not too bad as well. But at the same time, I would never recommend anyone to pull for Huan at this day and age because you are literally pulling for a version 1 unit. Alright. And right now, our version 3 sustain, which is gonna be highest in. I feel like eventually they kind of have to release like another brand new form of sustain. Because version 1, you had like Fu Xuan and Hui Hui. The version 2, you had like what, Aventurin and Ling Sha, right? Okay, who the fuck cares about Luo Sha, right? So version 3, because our only sustain right now is highest in, I feel like eventually they're also gonna release more version 3 sustains. So never would I ever expect anyone to only pull for Hui Hui just because, you know, she got tiers over here, which I would say largely is because of Phainon as well as the Eventual Saber, right? Everything else amplified here, they look sort of okay. Sunday actually made it to the tier 0. Super Break completely fell out of face of Planet Earth. Barbin is still really good with Phainon. She's really good with Aglea. She's really good with Herda. I think she's still completely fine. Also, where's Fei Xiao, but it is what it is. Cyber and Tribute alongside the same tier. I think at this point, I mean, it's a little bit too late because Cyber's battle is over, but I don't think players really missed out too much. Cyber's damage amplification is absolutely fucking insane. She can damage amp pretty much a lot of different teams, as we have seen in the early access. And now that we also have the Silver Wolf rework, combining this with Cypher, it really makes Acheron's strengths a lot more pronounced to the point where even if you don't have Jiao Qiu, it's gonna be completely fine. But then again, I would say if you really wanted a Cypher, you can always just get it on rerun, right? It's not gonna be an end of the world if you don't have Cypher right now, because at the end of the day, right now if you pull a Phainon, full of Fate collab, eventually you can get, you know, Saber, you know, pulling a gacha game because you wanna collect your waifus and, you know, the like and everything. So nothing too crazy, but I would say that Cypher's strength is definitely very strong. A little bit like Boot Hill, right? Boot Hill's placement banners. It's just very unfortunate that Bro is placed in a very awkward position where there are more important units to currently take care of, right? So let's go down a little bit more. Acheron is... Oh, okay. Alexa is in tier 0.5. Holy shit, that is a pretty badongadong's ranking, not gonna lie. Mighty going down by a little bit. Then Alexa is gonna be alongside with Jade for the support DPS. Ramei, Silver Wolf. Okay. I think Silver Wolf's bump out to tier 0.5 is very well deserved. Especially in Apoc, right? Apoc, absolutely. I think she's really strong. So implanting the weakness, you know, AoE defense and everything, very W. Aventurin Gallagher as well as Ling Sha falling off because at the end of the day, I think break team comms just struggle a lot more compared to what we were from back in, you know, version 2. Yeah. So this means that officially, as of this point, Prydwen has deemed that Acheron and Jiao Qiu, they are no longer the tier 0.5, at least for Memory of Chaos. I would say that between these two, right, I feel like Anexa's usage is just way more important than Jade. I'm not sure why Jade is still in the same tier as Anexa, especially because in Memory of Chaos, you are going to be having a little bit more focus into the single target environments or like even dual target. And then at that point, if you want to run D Herda with, right, for example, Anexa, I think you're going to be performing a lot better. To be fair, against True Swarm, right, True Sting, I think Jade is still quite good because True Sting has some of the bugs and everything, corner winner, so it's going to be fine. But like when you're going to be facing more scenarios where it moves away, like finally like moves all the way away, Anexa should help you a little bit more over there, right? So that is pretty much it. Which means I'm guessing Acheron is tier 1, right? Holy shit. That is a crazy picture. Wait, I need to take a screenshot. What a timeline. That is a crazy picture. Acheron. To be fair, it's still E0 Ezreal, right? And you know, this whole tier list is based on E0 Ezreal, and to be like fair, a lot of DPS, you know, they do get a lot of benefits from getting them S1s for DPS specifically. My wife being here, I mean, you know, I just think they're full of shit, you know. Hell nah. You know, I think she should be nothing less than tier 0. Yep, she cooks fully, right? She absolutely cooks fully. Slap on a E2 Bubbin, alright, a E2. Okay, honestly, you don't even need all that. I'm pretty sure Fei Xiao is still like really fucking strong in Memory of Chaos. Especially this Memory of Chaos when you have Hule second half. Alright. With your Aventurin, Babin, Fei Xiao, I think this team is really complete. Just bench like fuck it. Bench Tobas, just drop in the Cypher, get the true damage buff. It's gonna be comparable, right? Absolutely not. I think my wife should be tier 0 minimum. It is what it is. Okay, biases or unbiased aside, or I'm always not biased anyways. Blade and Acheron. Ooh, Blade and Acheron in the same tier. What a world we live in, guys. What a world we live in. That is actually so crazy. Blade and Acheron in the same tier. This is after Silver Wolf got a buff, by the way. which is supposed to slot in very, very nicely. Assuming right now best in slot team comp for Acheron is like, for example, Silver Wolf Jiao Qiu or Silver Wolf Cypher, right? Whichever one is gonna be, I would say it's Cypher, right? Cypher is more or less like a key component to the Acheron team nowadays. Damn, it actually did better than Blade though, which is, I think at the end of it is not even because of Blade or Acheron. It's mainly because of two specific units that has nothing to do with DPS. These two little shits right here. It is just extremely unfortunate or fortunate for Acheron or Blade that Hyacinth, Tribi, they just scale so well with one another, and it just so happens that Blade is a HP scaling DPS. So bro perfectly fits into the tricycle. So right now, if you want to talk about the tricycle, Tribi, Hyacinth, as well as Cypher, right? Because bro fits into the tricycle so well, he is literally getting like giga ultra boosted since the environment is very, very suitable for Blade. Even if you don't have Cypher, slap Blade on with a Sunday, you're still gonna be dealing substantial damage. Whereas for Acheron, I mean, Acheron can steal means of Hyacinth, right? Acheron can steal means of Hyacinth. You can get in all of the S1s, getting a lot of stats very, very nicely. But when it comes to like E0, S0, you really can't really afford to, I would say, run a one-nihility team. So double nihility to get a multipliers into a Silver Wolf plus, let's just say, Cypher, you are going to be losing out a bit of synergy between Tribi as well as Hyacinth. So it's not so much that, you know, Acheron is cooked. It's more so much that Blade got brought all the way up as the 0-3 top lane by the rest of his mid and jungle. Right, his mid and jungle is literally just solo duo carrying the game, and then bro is just running down top lane, and you know what, it doesn't really matter what happens in top lane, right? What happens in top lane, stays in top lane, so that is just kind of it, right? Then Rapper, unfortunately, going down by half a tier. I think like Super Break at this point, don't really have too much to say. Yingli, I think she's still really good, especially specifically into Hule, into I would say Kafka, right? Kafka and Hule, she's really strong. Even to a certain extent, True Swarm, she could also do quite well because they do hit by quite a decent amount of time. As long as you go up against enemies that hit you quite often, I think Yingli is still completely fine, right? She's still completely fine. So nothing too crazy. I might even consider putting Yingli up a little bit closer, like in the halfway between like 0.5 as well as tier 1. So that's that. Argenti, I don't know what the fuck is bro doing. Just kill him, right? Black Swan on the up and up. Okay, these DOT teams, I did as thing. By the time the next 3.5 rolls around, they can go up to tier 0.5, if not potentially even not really in this category. Like, I'm quite surprised that like Black Swan is here. Because to be fair, Black Swan for now is like the main DPS, right? Black Swan is not the support DPS. She is sort of like the main DPS. Kafka, right? Kafka is the support DPS that utilizes Black Swan's Arcana to stack on the damage even higher. And then when the future Heiser lens eventually comes around, we'll see how the damage comparison scales between Arcana and whatever the kind of DOT Heiser is going to provide. But if Heiser lens just drastically out damages even Black Swan, then I think this ranking could still be in place. But it really just depends on what 3.5 is also. I think DOT right now definitely needs to be quite closely monitored because I think it's really Blade as a start of DPS, this is literally for one single team. Character support. So it is what it is. The Toba is going to be here, Ra is going to be here. Jiao Qiu fell off, Sparkle waiting for the buff, Fuke. It is what it is, which brings us to tier 1.5. Holy shit. First of all, Bronya, we can consider bumping up. Second of all, when are we allowing standard characters with their idolants? Alright, so I think Bronya with the release of Phainon, and eventually when Saber comes out, I think she can go up on a bump up and around the same caliber over here. Pella, when now it is what it is. I think Tingwin honestly also could potentially go up a little bit. 1.5 is honestly a little bit low, because Phainon can make use of Tingwin quite well. So these two, I don't mind seeing them being in tier 1 over here. Fu Xuan, I think Fu Xuan is not even that bad. It's like the Lord Child is getting a little bit more of a buffer because he's sort of like the replacement to Cassius, right? So I think it's not that bad. But I think Fu Xuan is still okay. These two, it is what it is. Oh my god, bro. You know what? I'm just gonna let this. It's like a. If you look into the void would also look back. You know, the gaze into the abyss, and the abyss will gaze back on the counter, right? And you know, Bro, I got this, guys. I got the Firefly skin because I love her. I don't care what tier she's in. I think she's an exceptional unit, right? Absolutely. My original girlfriend. And there it is. There we sort of left her chilling and panicking. But I think it's gonna be completely fine, right? It's gonna be completely fine. Look at that. Look at that, you know. So me personally, I always felt that Firefly has been exceptional. Exceptional, right? But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below for the E0S0 Firefly performance. Alright. I think the writing is kind of on the wall where Super Break is no longer the focus because we are shifting away from version 2 into version 3 for the past like half a year now. It is a lot more focused to HP scaling DPS, such as for example Mr. Blado, Mr. Casris, Miss Trippy, Miss Hyang, Fat Phainon, kind of stuff. So it is what it is, right? Boot Hill. I'll be looking forward to see if Boot Hill can still one-shot eventually. I think that will be a very nice matchup because the next upcoming Memory of Chaos is gonna be Savlok into Aventry. Alright, it's gonna be Savlok into Aventry. So if Boot Hill can still zero cycle the next Aventry, I think bro honestly can be in tier 1. It's okay. Because that is sort of like how Boot Hill has always been. Right? If as long as you're up against the right element, especially single target, if you can still one-shot Aventry, like boss like Aventry, I think it's okay. Jingyuan, I don't know what the fuck happened, bro. Oh wait, I remember what happened. If you guys recall our team building is dead video, our Jingyuan literally did better with the tricycle team over the Sunday Bubbin. So his existence as a DPS serves zero purpose at this point. So it is what it is, right? Jing Liu, we'll see how she performs. I think she's not too bad, but I think compared to Blade, might be around the same caliber. Because honestly, with Jing Liu, if you get 100% defense down penetration with Sunday and everything, I think it's gonna be quite nice. But Blade just happens to get a little bit more benefits from the follow-up attacks and everything. So I think they are both around very, very similar tiers. So that is pretty much it. I don't know why Jingliu isn't tier 1 DPH. Maybe for like True Swarm. We'll find out. Right, we'll find out. I think I can't finish all the testing. It's already been like 5.5 hours. But tomorrow, we'll dedicate a stream to the rework units. Then the day after, we'll play the story. So, yeah, because there's way too many things to stream before. So it is what it is. Next, all these rest of the units. Fuck this but a bitch, right? All these rest of the units, I don't think we care about it that much. So let's just move on to Pure Vision and Apoc, which is gonna see not a okay. Blade definitely went up. DOT DOT is gonna go up a lot when it comes to the buffs that we're gonna be seeing as well. So DOT is fine. Phainon, I honestly think he needs to go down. He's just a little bit too rough, right? He's too rough in Pure Vision. I really don't like the way that Phainon plays. For both first half, second half, on element, off element, just feels very bad to play Phainon in. So it is what it is. Unless you get his E1, right? If you guys E1, I think this can be a little bit more debatable. Jing Liu in tier 3. Okay, Jing Liu unfortunately is still not that good in Pure Vision. I tried out. She's still quite rough in Pure Vision. Blade definitely is very strong. I would dare say Blade is better than Argenti. I don't know what is bro doing here. Blade's damage scaling when you slap on with Trippy and Hyacinth, he might be tier 0.5 at least for Pure Vision. Right? These two probably need to swap. I honestly cannot remember the last time I see Argenti in any usage whatsoever. So it is what it is. Trippy with Jade is okay. All these things else is okay. Cyber is not that crazy for Pure Vision. I think that's also understandable. Everything else is sort of Silver Wolf. Yeah, nothing too crazy for Pure Vision as well. So all in all, it's not too big of a change. Mainly it's just Blade and Jingliu's inclusion. Then Phainon is just not too good, right? So that's pretty much it. Apoc Shadows. I can foresee Phainon going to tier 0. Fei Xiao is still quite good against Doomsday Beast though. Casris will still be good against Flame Reaver. Nexa is still quite good. Herda as well. Yeah, if she does make it to tier 0, it's most likely just gonna be replacing the role with Fei Xiao. That is the biggest change. In the next Apoc, which is Flame Weaver and Doomsday, I'm not sure how is Super Break gonna cook. Because the mechanic with... Okay, let's just say Flame Weaver side, right? The Flame Weaver side's mechanic is... You don't hit Flame Weaver when he gets into the second powder. Okay, you guys will only understand when the next Apoc appears, right? He will basically summon his clones, and you have to kill the clones, right? So you definitely cannot do off-element Firefly anymore, right? Even if you have the Fire Witness implant, it's really fucking annoying to do Firefly into off-element. The second half is Doomsday Beast. Doomsday Beast is is okay. Right? It's not as bad because it's technically just 3 targeting. But I'm not too sure if she's gonna be in the same caliber as Phainon, right? In Phainon and even Budeo. I think Budeo's toughness breaking is also really exceptional. Most likely what I can foresee is that Firefly is probably gonna be dropping down tier 1. That is what I foresee. Reba, honestly, also quite rough. Quite rough into she can't really do that well into Flame Reaver. I'm not sure how she's gonna fare against Doomsday Beast. But yeah, it's just a little bit unfortunate. Then Acheron is gonna be the sole survivor in tier 1. I think she might be able to get a comeback up for Flame Reaver side when she swans the mobs. Depends if she can actually kill the thingies. And the rest of the DPS is sort of it. Yeah, there's nothing too big of a change. The biggest change was definitely Memory of Chaos. So I think with that, we can sort of take a look at a changelog, right? Because I kind of want to see what is like Prydwen's thought process as well, after we take a look at all 3 updates to Prydwen's tier list. First round, buff creators, this buff and us, blah, 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 blah. Initial ranking, watch this. We are confident in his potency in MOC, satisfied with AS perform confident out in tier. Can see potential to rise even further pending widespread results. PF is a different beast, majority of the damage. Yep, PF is really bad. Yeah, PS on the blah blah. Now, so what is the real ranking is tier 0.5 for MOC. I think for now AS is okay, tier 0.5 as well. Then pure vision is tier 1.5 for now. Then the moment Cervidra comes out, everything goes up by at least half a tier. So that's pretty much it. Tesla, all of these credits, blah blah blah. Blade is absolutely insane. Pure vision, I think it's really strong. This might potentially go to tier 0.5. Tier 1, I think is not that bad. Yeah, I think tier 1 is fair. Tier 1 is fair, especially because, you know, it's basically a tricycle team comp. Silver Wolf has seen the most improvement. Absurd quality of life, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all these are very good. Yeah, I think the Silver is okay. I just wonder for MOC in tier 0.5 or pure for Silver Wolf, right? She basically relegates herself to either Caceres or Acheron, if you think about it. Because no other team comps really use Silver Wolf that much. It really is just potentially either Caceres or Acheron. So in that sense, if we see more archetypes popping out in the future, Silver Wolf might not hold as much just because she don't synergize as well. So that is pretty much it. Cargo and Bless, okay, they're definitely gonna go at least tier 0.5. At least. Especially when 3.5 comes out, this Pure Vision definitely got a massive bump up. So I think this is gonna be fair. AS no change. Jingliu, I think her AS can go to tier 1. 1.5 is a little bit too conservative. MOC, same thing as well. I think this can be same tier as Blade. Pure Vision, she's just S. So I would say this is probably tier 1. This is probably tier 1 over here. So that is that. MOC update. Ooh. Yep. Yep. Ooh. We aren't confident that Acheron can match either My Day or a Nexa, even with that power boost. She may return. She is not returning. It is not Silver Wolf surprise. It's more like Cypher. Right? It's more like Cypher. Even if you read a buffed E0 as Silver Wolf, but you don't have the Cypher's true damage amplification, you slap on Silver with Jiao Qiu, it is competitive. Right? It is very competitive right now this in Honkai Starbucks. So it is what it is. Ooh. Yikes. Who is Jingyuan, right? And all these units just not doing too well. Argenti can just die. Yep. Yep, it is what it is. Fugue lives or dies because of Super Break. I think that's also very fair. Yep. Super Break is just not in the stock right now, right? So I think with that, we pretty much have come to the end of what can we call this video, guys? The fuck just happened? Okay, I don't think we can say fuck on a YouTube thumbnail, but I'll let my address go a little bit more. Let me know what you guys think. The meta got reworked. Reworked meta. Are they kidding? Oh my god, Sweetly Raid? Oh my god, no. Sweetly Raid. Oh, holy shit. Whoa. Whoa, Citizens Raid. Yo, welcome. Yeah, we are currently at war right now. We are currently look at what they did to my girl. Look at what they did to my girlfriend. Oh my goodness, bro. Can you imagine Acheron and Blade in the same deal? So the council, the people are very, very upset, right? But yeah, thank you so much, Ray. Hope you have fun in the previous stream, right? Wait. 3.4 story. I've been told it is crazy, right? It's crazy good. Absolutely insane story. I haven't played it yet, but when you eventually get to it, I think it's like it is. Oh my god, it's actually insane, right? So if you eventually get, it's the best. Oh, you finished it? Oh, you just finished? Okay, I'm doing my story probably in 2 days. Cause I'm overworking on like all the meta, all the cooks and all the kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll probably get mine done in 2 days. But okay, it's actually done. Okay. I'll be looking forward to 3.4. I'll be looking it because it's the best because there's skip button. Oh okay. Oh yeah, apparently you can also skip events, which is like crazy. Does it make a difference if you skip? I have no idea, right? But okay, let me wrap up this video. Okay, all right. Word of the day is gonna be Phainon. Join Twitch, join Discord, join the all the best. We'll see you guys. Take care.